everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you 6 shaped cards, and they're all something a little bit different. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to start off with Under the Weather. So this set here, it's really fun, and I have nothing like this at all. So I have already gone ahead and cut everything. So this one here you can cut as this card shape, or you can cut it just the top portion of your card. So for example, I'll just show you all my bits here that I've cut. You could have it cut this arch shape on the front of your card blank, so you still have the square on the back, or you can cut the whole thing, which is what I'm going to do. So on all of the dies, you will find that on the left side there will just be a score line. The cut will stop, so you can see it stops there, and then it's a score line or just a guideline, and then you've got your cut line again, which goes all the way around. This is a heavyweight cardstock, you know, obviously layered up there, so I'm hoping it's going to cut through both. But I'm going to get the corner cut line and the side there right down into that bottom corner. So the cut line is hanging off the card. I can feel it's just clipped off the side there. I'm just going to pull that one in, and I'm just going to add some tape there. Now I'm probably going to add a shim on top of this just because it is such a heavy card, and then I'm just going to sit that piece over the top. So I only need to focus on the arch and down this side here, because the bottom cut line's already off the card, and the side it won't cut it. It's just going to keep that together. So it's a 6x6 card blank. I don't know if I mentioned that, which is a piece of 12x6 folded in half. But that looks like it's gone all the way through. So now I'm just going to carefully take this off. Oh, it has, and it's got the detail through nicely there as well. So then just where it's just slightly connected, I'm just going to just take that off there. Okay, so what I've just done is I've cut this again twice in white and just backed it inside. I would have added one here anyway for my place to write my message, but because the pressure in my machine was so strong going through the 2 layers of that thick card, it did kind of warp it a little bit. It was a little bit wrinkled. So a good way to get rid of that is just adding your layers inside, but I would recommend using a lighter weight cardstock. Don't go for like a 300 GSM, go for something like a 220, because you're doubling it up to cut that through. So next we're going to start decorating. So you can see the low, medium and high has come through nicely there. And then what I did is I've cut the gauge in white foam, which is this one here, and then I've cut it again in all the colours on here. I've pretty much, with the packaging for all of these, I've followed the colours that they've used, because I quite like them. So I've got all of them there, and then I'm just going to snip off. So I'm going to take the backing off here, and so first of all we've got the yellow, so I'm going to take the yellow one and snip away. You can see the line, just cut right down like so, and then I'm going to piece that one onto here. This doesn't have to be foam, it could just be paper. You don't have to have the dimension. Then with the pink one, I'm going to cut the second one, and I'm just going to repeat this process with all of the colours there. Okay, so they're all stuck down, so that's going to go around here. I think this would look nice with rainbow colours as well, and maybe do this in white and then have all rainbow colours with all of these decorations. So I'm just going to pop that just underneath. There's kind of the arch there, so I'm going to just follow, make sure I keep everything nice and straight, follow that same arch. Now with this one here, I think I'm going to add a brad. Maybe, now thinking about it, I would punch the hole, add the brad, and then stick this piece down, so then it just conceals the brad, but I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to use just a small little 5mm, try and get that nice kind of light teal colour. There we go, perfect. We'll go for that one. Okay, so put that one right in the middle. Just make sure that's nice and straight. That's about right. Just going to push right through. There we go. So I've got my mark there, and I'm just going to punch it with the 1/8 of an inch hole there, and then again through this one. There is a little kind of ring detail in there for you to follow. Again, double it up if you want it to be a bit thicker, but I think that's going to be fine. What I'll do at the end is I'll punch a little circle to cover that. But now you can actually move this, which I think is really fun. Okay, and then for all of the decoration, I have cut each of these pieces. Again, you've got all the dies here, and I've even cut the rain in silver. So I thought that looked quite nice, the raindrops in the silver. So I think I'll have those maybe coming down this side. And then I've cut them all again in white because I just wanted to stick them on top of the white just so it was a bit thicker. They're just a bit easier to play with. I'm going to have my sentiment Get Better Soon is going to run. They've got it going down through the centre that way. We'll play around with that. Okay, so as everything's stuck down, I think it looks great. This is such a cool card style. And then I'm just going to add some of my glaze over the top here. I'll just do it on the two clouds. And just give it a tap on the back there. If you've got any bubbles, you can just pop those. And just bring it up a bit closer there so you can see all that detail. Really, really fun. I just love this little dial, that little movement on there as well. Okay, next I'm going to use the Honey set. Again, I've gone ahead and cut everything. So I've got my card blank here. Now this one folds from the top. So you've got your cut line running all the way around, but not along that top portion. So you want to have your fold at the top, and you want to position this one like so. I'm just going to add some of my tape and pass that one through my machine. Okay, so this is a lighter weight cardstock. You can see that I haven't got any of that kind of stretching that I had with the other one, so I definitely recommend that lighter weight. So that's our top fold card now. It's kind of a little rocker as well, which is quite cute. I've then taken that main die and I've cut it in yellow. I'm going to stick that one over the top. And then I've just cut all the pieces. So I've got my dripping honey here. I've cut it a few times so it's a bit more dimensional, and I might add some foam behind that as well. We've got the little tag. The stirrer here has stencil detail, so pop it back in, and then I've just used a dark brown ink to give me that detail. And again, I've stuck about 3 together there, so it's much thicker. But I'm going to use a little bit of baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap the twine, I think, underneath, then have the honey, I think, coming over the top of it, and then that, or maybe just have a little bow, we'll see. But I'm going to attach that with some string. I've then got my flowers here. So these are all the dies that come in the set, and then you've got a choice of sentiments. You've got Hey Honey or Be Happy, and I've got the Hey Honey, so that's going to go in the middle there. And the leaves, so these are all going to be, again, it's very similar to the image. I think it's a really nice one to follow as your reference. And then the bee, I've cut it multiple times in different colours, and I've cut some blue vellum here because I want to create this kind of look. So I've cut it in the white. I'm then going to cut the wings off. Let me just check here because I want, yeah, so I want to have the white. So I'm just going to remove the wings. You can kind of see the detail. Looks a bit odd what I'm doing right now, but it will all come together in a minute. That's now going to go over the top there, so that gives me my body. And then I want to cut, what I might do actually, rather than cutting the vellum, so I'm going to stick the vellum down first, and then pop the body on the top, like so. There we go. That gives me those wings. And then for the yellow, I'm going to cut the little strips out separately. So we've got one. You can see how that's now going to turn into a bee. So again, I'm going to get this all stuck down, add all of those details, and I think I'm going to use my accent glaze all over the honey and maybe a little bit on the stirrer there as well. So there's everything stuck down, and then again we're going to add, I think I'm just going to try and cover just like a little portion of the stirrer, because that will just dry clear. So just kind of off to the corner there, and then I'm going to cover all of this. Okay, so it goes on cloudy, but that will dry completely clear, and then you'll just have that nice glaze over the top. Again, just bring it up. You can see all the detail there from the flowers. I think it's wonderful. I don't know what's my favourite so far. I like them both. I think they're really cool. Okay, next we're going to use the cheers sets. This is your beer glass. This is probably the simplest one out of them all. So I've cut the foam on the drink, and then I've cut the banner here, and then you have this tiny die here, which is your embossed sentiment, which says to you. And then I've got my cheers here, which I have cut. So that's going to have cheers to you. So that's going to be in the middle. So with this one here, I'm going to cut it into the front of this slimline card here. So I've cut myself, just for the measurements, this is a piece of 7 by 7, I think. Oh no, 6.5 by 7. And you want to score at 3 1/4. Fold that in half. And then again with this one here, you'll see you've got your cut line all the way around, but not here and not here. So you've got these two like little tabs. So I want to sit those over the fold ever so slightly. Actually, what I'm thinking with this one, so what you would do is sit those two so they're up against your fold, and then you cut it out and it would be kind of like a rocker. But I think because I'm going to have it attached, I'm just going to have that top one overhanging slightly and keep this lined up with the bottom, like so. Let's see how this one looks. Just going to grab some tape, pop that on there, and now I want to open it up and now pass it through my machine. Now I might need my bigger, let's just see, because I am going to be, because this is going to be trimmed on the front, this is all going to cut away. I mean, I'm just going to cut right close to that, and that way it should still go through my standard machine, which it does. So I just sit that over the top there, make sure I don't damage the side of my card. Okay, so now when we take this one off, we should still have it attached in that corner. So I'm just going to trim off this part here. So you'll see there is a very small kind of line that you can follow. So that's freed that one up. And then obviously didn't have enough pressure on the top portion there, but you can still see it's pretty much cut. It's just holding on by a hair. There we go. And then I want to cut down all of this right up to that little section there, and then down from the top. So it's only really being held on by that very small amount, but it should hopefully be enough, and it will still stay open, which it does. It doesn't look much at the moment, but we will add some more decoration inside as well. So this one here, again, you've got your picture here for reference. So that is going to go like so. So I'm going to add, probably going to add the glue along here. And then I'm going to pop this one up on a little bit of foam. And then we'll do the cheers. And then to you. So that can be there. Again, don't do this on your hand if you've got sensitive skin. It's just my quick way of doing it. Again, I've layered up a few of these just to give it a bit more dimension. Now it's rocking ever so slightly because this is just above this baseline here. So I'm just going to use my scissors and just cut the smallest slither off. It really is just a tiny amount. You just want to make sure that baseline, there we go, that's better. Now for the back here, I'm going to add a piece of this colour as a frame and then white. So again, you've got somewhere to write your message. I'm actually going to cut the top off so it just hides behind. So I'm going to bring this down to 6 1/4, like so. There we go. I think that's going to be better. Okay, and then I'm just going to add some detail into this one here. Now you can use, actually, maybe I'll do that. Let's do this. We'll pop this one over the top. The ice grey, this is the tri-blend. And I'm just going to brush it into these areas. Back over again, just to give it a little bit more definition. And you've also got your detail here as well. Now I know I have obviously cut all this, but if I just lay that back down, I could go over some of them. So I've just got this, what's this one here? It's the gold brown blend. Just see if that one shows. Yeah, that one's actually going to be good. So again, just going to add a few little details. It's probably all I can do, but what I could do, oh, they look really good, is just maybe, you can have them anyway, to be honest. Let's do a few. So yeah, if you forget like me, try this. It works just as well. Now I'm just going to add my accent glaze onto the cheers. Just bring that up a bit closer. So there's lots of detail on this, even though it's the simplest one. You've got the shine there with the mirrored card and that embossed detail, and then that glaze there on the cheers and some stenciling detail as well. And that one all stands up like so. If you want to give it a bit more stability, you could cut this one again and just stick it behind, but that will hold okay. So next we've got the elegant cross. Again, I've gone ahead and cut everything. So this one I'm doing in pinks. A really lovely one. You know, you can use this just as a lovely topper. You don't have to have it as a card shape. I think this would look nice on a gift bag, top of a gift box. It could be a nice decorative piece. You could put it in a frame. It could be a gift tag as well. And that goes for all of them as well. So with this one, what I've decided to do is similar to the beer glass. So I want to cut it out of the front portions. This is a 5x7 card blank. And the main outline die here, you've got your cut line all the way around, but not on this side here. So when I flip it over, so the blade's down, it's on that left side. All of them are on the left side, I believe. Yeah, they're all on the left side. So this one here, I'm going to position it so that the bottom is just off there. I can feel it just clipping to the side. And again, so it's just off that fold there, so it will stay attached. And then I'm just going to tape that down in a few places, like so. And then I'm going to open this up and run it through my machine. Now this one I will need to put through my larger machine because it's 7 inches. Even if I cut that little bit off, it's still going to be too big. Otherwise, keep it folded and pass it through, and then you'll have the cross shaped cards. The whole thing, it'll be very, all right, it'd be thinner, but that's the shape it will give you. But I'm going to put this through my larger machine. Okay, so again, just like the others, you can see now it's just cut that front. So I'm going to remove the score line, cut this piece away, and then down this side. Then got this piece to go inside. I want to trim this down so it is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And that's going to now start to bring some stability into this because it's quite flimsy. I've used a very lightweight. It's about a 180 GSM, this card. So you do want it a little bit stronger than that. 220 is going to be best, I think. Okay, then I've cut the detail. So to get this effect, you want your outline die here and you want your detail. And just get some tape and just tack it together so you've got a nice equal border. Then pass that through in whatever colour you want, and it will give you this one here. And you'll see that that will now sit perfectly over the top. This would look really good as a shaker as well, because you could pop acetate behind this piece, run very thin foam tape all around here, and then fill all of the inside with beads. And I think that would look lovely. But that's going to go on top. Now, before I stick that down, you've got these corner details, which are really different. And that's why I wanted the white, because these pop really nicely and they sandwich between here. So this one will sit in that corner, and then this one like so. Carefully lift those off, place this one back down, so you can see now how that will pop against the white, but those little frames will hide behind the frame of this lighter piece. Okay, so you can see we've got something like that. Really pretty. I might actually do something different, because if that goes over the edge, it's going to be a bigger card. I wonder whether this one could look quite nice down in the corner. Oh, see, I like that. So I think I'll do that. And then with the rose, again, you've got your 2 dies. So I've cut this one in the light colour, and then the detail with the outline die. So together, just put them around, tack them in place, so you get this one. And then this could go up into this corner. I've cut the cross detail in the white. It's going to go in the middle. And then I've got this leaf detail here, and those are going to go behind and just fill that all up. But I think that looks quite nice on the right hand side there. So a little bit different. You can see on here, it shows it going over the edge as well. I think if you just had that as the card shape, but because I've got it onto this card blank, I need to do it a little bit differently. Now the sentiment, I'm going to have sending love, and I'm going to have this behind the cross, so that when you open the card you see the sentiment. So the front, I'm not going to have a sentiment on, I just want it to be the cross, and then that will be cut in the same pink. In fact, I've got the scrap here. Here we go. There we go. I can use that piece, so I'll stick that underneath. So I'm going to get this all stuck down, and might add a few little gems somewhere as well. So that's the cross all finished. I had a little faceted gemstone in the middle there, just some of the white gel pen, and then the accent glaze. I moved the rose down there, I just thought it looked quite good. And inside you've got the sending love, and it does stand up really nicely, very different. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to be demoing is Pop the Cork, because through the keyhole, this one here, I've already made the card, and I did this as a video on the Craft Stash YouTube channel. So to see this one, you'll find the link to that in the description box below. But you can see there that partially die cut house with the detail inside there. It's a really nice style. Loved making this one. You've got all the glaze there on the windows. You've got some dimension there, some stencil detail. Yeah, it's a nice quick video, that one, so check that one out. But we're going to finish with this one. So again, I've cut everything. Now this one I am going to have as a card blank. So okay, so this one we are going to have as a card on its own. So it's going to be a nice little bottle shaped card. So again, you've got your cut line goes all the way around, but doesn't go across this section here, which again, when you flip it over, is on the left. So I've just got a 5x7 card blank. I'm going to bring this right over to the edge there, and take my tape. And now you can see we've got our card, and that will open up like so. I think this would make a great party invitation. So I've cut the main die again, so this one here in the green, and just snipped off whatever was attached still. So that's going to go over the top. So I'll stick that one down first. Okay, and then I've cut all of the detail in gold. So we've got this one here, so the label, so that's going to be down here. Then I have this one, and I've stuck quite a few together, so it's quite dimensional. You can see that they are pretty thick on the side there, so that one's going to line up. You'll see little marks as well, so I can see that one goes up there, that one there. I've got the kind of tag detail there, which is this die, so it's all together, that one. The cork is going to just be attached probably there, or I might bring it down like they have in the picture actually, just so it will fit in a 5x7 envelope, because I don't want to go too much higher on the height. And then the champagne glass, I want to add a little bit of the bubble detail. I don't know whether to change. I might add blue and then maybe grey. I think I might change it, but it's going to be attached from the bottom there, maybe a little bit just there as well to support it. I have cut the stars and the hearts. So you've got these ones here, and you've got the outline for the bottle, but I don't think I'm going to use it because I like just the thinner shape, but it is there if you want to, because you can see they've shown it there. They've got it in the coral colour and then the white, and then they've just used some green ink for the stenciling. So I'm going to add the bubble detail, And then I've got the congrats, which is going to go on there. I've done black, but again, you can see how it looks on the packaging there. So I'm going to have a play around with this and decide how I want to do the glass, get it all stuck down. Okay, so there's the finished card there. It's very cute. I ended up adding the white over the black. I think that actually stands out more, and I like the kind of drop shadow that it's giving it. So you've got the glaze on the glass there, and it does stand up as well. Very cute. Like I said, I think this is a nice invitation size, but you could partially cut it like I did the cross. So those are the 6 shaped cards that I've got to show you today. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite. For me, I think it has to be this one, closely followed by that one, but this one is just so different. I've never seen anything like that one before. And of course the new home one here as well, which is on the Craft Stash YouTube channel. So I actually have that one coming up here. You'll be able to subscribe to my channel here, and I'll have the playlist of Creative Craft Products dies here, because there's loads more good stuff there if you've not seen it before. Thank you as always for watching today, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.